talk about some different stuff we found in the forest yesterday and today?
Sure. The chests at the end of this event will spawn in multiples of 5. You can, in fact, open 5 chests at a time. However, you do not need to do any work to get all 5 chests to spawn. This is not like previous events.
You can farm patrols for the keys. Right?
So on the first day of the event, all of us did see on our step that it said that we should really do this in Crucible, Gambit, and Nightfalls. However, what Bungie didn't tell us was that this is actually something that's going to give you cipher decoders at the end of any activity that you participate in Destiny 2. This does include raids. This also includes patrols. I have farmed myself elimination matches. I have farmed Nightfalls at the 750 level. And I have also farmed raids as well. I personally have had the best drop rate in raids so far at bosses, but then again, it's all RNG, so who really knows what's going to drop where. The newest suggestion is that since this does drop in every activity that Bungie has created in Day 2, patrols are certainly the quickest and easiest and most efficient way to get this done. Even if you don't get one every time, we all know that patrols are much faster to complete than, say, a raid or a Nightfall. However, with that said, Nightfalls, as we know, are doing double drops again. So, if you do happen to get a cipher decoder in a Nightfall and you do happen to perk that double drop for it, you may end up getting 2 out of 1 Nightfall. It's really a question of how fast your team can get through these activities and which activities you want to spend mind-numbingly grinding for this event.
So basically, what I have been doing is just getting the repeatable bounties from Eva Levante and just farming them for Bright Dust. At the end of this, whenever this run is complete, we're going to get some chocolate coins and some candy, and we can use those chocolate coins to buy masks and the grab bag things, which incidentally will also drop you masterwork cores. Or, I'm sorry, enhancement cores. So you're getting a bunch of those, right, Em?
If you go to the tower and you go to Eva Levante, you'll see that she's selling packages. Personally, I think the blue ones are kind of a waste of time, but I did try some of the purple ones today, seeing as I've already bought all the masks, completed it for the cauldron, and have no use for chocolate strange coins at this point besides getting these packages from Eva. The purple ones that I did get, the first one, again, I'm sure this is all RNG. The first one I got did contain 1 Masterwork core, the second actually contained 2 Masterwork cores, and the third actually did contain an Ascendant Shard. Now, I'm going to tell you that I got these out of this drop, but if I roll 10 more, probably not going to be that lucky again. I think we all understand Bungie RNG by now. The cipher decoders.
Yeah, those things. If we can just farm patrols for those, like, that's pretty good, because we can knock out patrols quickly. And so
there have been some rumors through different posts on different forums that somebody has advised through Bungie that there is a max capacity of 25 cipher decoders for an account at one time. However, I have not tested this. I do know that I have played with people who have had 6 or 7 at a time, so I do know they stack, but I would be wary of stacking them too high because I definitely would not want to lose one of those. They're like gold. Also, yep. I know that it doesn't make it entirely clear to maybe the more casual player of Destiny 2. So just to be really clear about this, what's actually happening is you're essentially doing all of this for a Sparrow, a Ghost, and a ship. Those 3 things are all locked behind triumphs for this season. As any seasonal triumph for Bungie, these will all be 0-point triumphs. However, they do have some pretty neat rewards. So for Festival of the Lost this year, there are some rewards that involve mummified items. That's the Ghost, the ship, and the Sparrow. They all basically look like they've been wrapped in toilet paper, which is kind of ironic with the 2020 toilet paper shortage. Wink, wink. So anyway, these 3 items can be bought from these triumphs being completed. How you complete the triumphs is basically using those cipher decoders to put them into the chests that will mimic at the end of this run that we're doing right now. We'll show you that there will be 5 chests that will spawn. This is what we referenced earlier. You can open these 5 at a time. You will need to complete 15, 30, and 45 increments of them, essentially opening that amount of chests to get each individual triumph and then get each individual piece for your character and your account.
This looks like some shit from Hellraiser. Harmony Cloud Hellraiser. So yeah, you can get the Braytech Werewolf, and which is a reprise of the Braytech Winterwolf, and you can get the Horror Story, which is a remake of the origin story. Yep. And neither one of them is really worth grinding for, in my opinion, so there's that.
However, if you are somebody that didn't have these guns last season and were really looking forward to trying them, I will say that Bungie has gone out of their way to add some new perks, like Vorpal and things, to these weapons that might make them substantially better than last year. However, in my opinion, as well as Acrimony, it's still not enough for me to want to use these weapons.
By the way, if you don't have all the lore and stuff for Forerunner, if you don't have Forerunner yet, you can do the last interference mission to get it. Is that right, Em?
If you finish the Means to an End quest that you get this week, you will actually be able to receive the Forerunner title, assuming that you've done everything before that to be able to be eligible and completed all of those triumphs already. Once you do that, and once you finish the interference mission, a lot of people know this, but some people don't. There's a huge timer at the end of the interference mission. You can actually sit at Eris for quite a long time, and you can sit there and just speak with her. There'll be a prompt. It will say to hold X or whatever you're using for PC or PlayStation. And once you do that, it will allow you to walk up to her. She'll give you a piece of lore. And you can essentially farm the entire lore set at this point, because she'll give you anything up to currently now. So if you sit there, you can literally complete the entire Triumph section of all of her lore this week as well. Just about patience and perseverance.
So I myself am working on the next Harmony Cloud edit video, and that's going to take me a little while, but I'm going to be getting some smaller videos out during the time that's in progress, and I know Em's got some stuff that she's working on as well. So look out for that on the channel.
And as always, if there's anything that you'd like to see, or anything that you'd like to know, or any videos that you say, you know what, there's not really a video for this anywhere, let us know. We got you. So one other good thing to know as you're going through this forest, it's not incredibly difficult as long as you have some pretty good weapons on. I highly recommend Xeno on any character that you run. If not, I recommend Anarchy if you're running with people with Xeno. That's a great choice always. There are some enemies, however. There are some enemies, however, that are yellow bars, and they will be more substantial for you to need to kill. So, as always, you'll go through the gates. If there's any that are red, like the one that's being shown right now, this means you'll have to kill the enemies. If you've never done this before, it's very simple. The enemies are not that hard to kill, just make sure you don't jump down in the middle of them, because ouch, do they hurt when they have yellow bars. So when you're doing the Haunted Forest, you don't have to actually participate in the entire event if you don't want to. There's multiple branches that you can get to depending on how fast your team can run through this. I've gotten to like branch 11 on PC, but probably not that far on Xbox. You will have to clear at least one branch in order to be able to get through the Haunted Forest to the end, where the 5 chests will drop, regardless of how many branches you actually clear. So what you can do is you can essentially stay AFK until your timer runs out. Once your timer runs out on the event, all you have to do is kill enemies until that number gets up to 100%. Once you do, then you will actually be put into the boss room where the 5 chests will spawn again, regardless of how many of these branches you have actually cleared whatsoever.
Well, how long does it take to clear one branch? Like, not very long, and I just got like, I mean, probably like 5 strange
I got
coins
15 pieces of candy and 2 chocolate coins for literally killing about 10 to 15 ads. These chests here are the ones that you will need the cipher decoders for, but as we said, you can open 5 at a time.